Let's get out of here. More sail!
Yeah.
Strike of the June. Let's hear a story.
When I was 11 winters old, I was the youngest of my favorite cousins. A wild and rowdy bunch of boys and girls. Together with our parents, we attended a feast at the home of Halfdan the Black of the House of Yngling. To toughen our patience, our parents set us with the old woman, who ordered us to bake flatbreads and serve it to the noble jarls. After an hour, the flatbreads piled so high into pillars, you could have built a roof over it and called it a longhouse. When our work was done, an older boy, Guthrod, suggested we steal a keg of mead and drown in happiness for our good work. So Guthrod, Mikkel and Åsa snuck into the storeroom and stole a barrel as I stood watch. But when we were spotted, I froze. 3 of Harald's men stopped us. They struck Guthrod and Mikkel and pushed Åsa to the ground. "Whose idea was this?" they asked. I stood and said, "The idea was mine. The meat is for me." One of the men eyed me and said only, "That is not true." Then, they moved on.
We need an epic tale.
Soma of Grantebridge. For a time, all the eldermen of England wanted her dead. A bounty on her head the size of Yggdrasil. So she met with the leader of the South Gerwins and told their king Roth, "Say that you killed me. Proclaim it to all of the lads." Roth answered, "No one will believe me." And Soma shook her head. "Invite them. Here. You will burn me on a pyre for all to see." So they came, the nobles of East Anglia, north and south of Mercia of Wessex. They wished to see Guthrum's Valkyrie die. Before all, King Roth pronounced her guilty of murder and sentenced her to death. Then they put her on a boat and set it afire. Yet Soma had constructed a trap beneath the pyre. She released herself into the murky waters and swam to a bramble. Muddied and wet, she waited in the thorns for night to fall. She then returned to Cambridge as a shadow walker. She entered the city and stole into the king's chamber and took the head of Roth, shouting, "Traitors of Soma, wear no heads!" The Saxons thought Soma a ghost, a spirit who kills, a curse invincible to fire and death. What a leader, my Soma.
Sailing is too risky now.
When I was a girl, I tied threads to my mother's cats and screamed, "The cock got right through Valhalla!" Why is it when we grow old, we stop telling ourselves the most
Raise
fantastic
them up!
stories? Why is it we stop believing we can command the gods?
Run
We
up the
abandon
sail!
all the true dramas of our own creations. Our own friendly Seiðr, for the dark Seiðr, the political Seiðr. When we are children, we are the nobles of our little world. The rulers of moments, the glory of glee. And if I have learned anything from all of my battles, all of my wars, my days, my regrets, my victories, I always take the time to have fun. I do not apologize for it. So save your stupidest war cry for me, Birna, lover of strangeness.
You Salskulls got a story.
There was a woman called Nal, who came by ship to Fornburg unheralded, demanding to meet King Sigvaldi, Styrbjorn's father. Nal was from Gautland. She was tall and rugged and strong, and everyone who walked near her said she smelled of men's blood. When her message was sent to our king, Nal was made to wait a full day. Yet she did not complain. She watched the waves and sang songs. Night came and went, and still Nal sat by the shore of the fjord singing her songs. She skipped rocks with children and smiled. As the afternoon of the second day approached, King Sigvaldi's messenger reappeared. They spoke quietly together. At last, the messenger stood back and waved to some men nearby. 3 men bearing 3 chests of silver approached quickly. They set the chests of silver in Nal's ship and stood back. Then Nal stepped forward, swinging a large, bloodied sack before her. Nal opened the sack and emptied it on the shore. 7 pairs of hands tumbled to the ground. Nal then mounted her ship and sailed away.
Raise the mast! Is there a sea skull among you?
I once sat down and spoke to Saxon
Let the
priests.
sail out!
Not as men with different gods, but as drunk men. Curious, I questioned him. He claimed we might believe differently who sits amongst the clouds. But our beliefs are not so different in nature. After all, they too look to the gods for answers. Where we have many, they have just one. Only need one, I suppose. So I asked him, is your god truly so powerful? We see the dark clouds and know Thor's fury as it singes Midgard. But I had yet to witness their god's primal powers. What were they? Did he bring bountiful harvests? Boons? The priest said that his god was everywhere and everything. I did not understand it then. Maybe I still do not. There is an undeniable vigor, a strength in their idea of heaven. Believing that their lives will one day be better still, even with us cleaving through it. Hope, Abel. Hope. I think that is what their god brings them.
A story from my youth. This one has no lesson to be learned or message to be gleaned. Often my father liked to take me on hunts in the forested lands east of Avaldsnes. I loved these solitary times with him. I had never felled a beast myself, and my father thought that this upset me. I was only a boy, but I had the dreams of being a man. So one winter, my father asked me to perform a bargaining ritual to the goddess Skadi to improve his bow skill and snow sight. With glee warming my heart, I
Take
cut
the
a hair
bow
and
down.
set asking in exchange skill and sight from my father. When the ritual was done, my father and I set off into the forest. We hunted all day until night fell.
Hush now. Mast up!